What's up guys, Devin with Pure Movement Fitness. And if you've done any research at all about losing weight and diet, you've probably come across something to do about carbs. And mainly that those carbs are what is making us fat. So I want to give you, kind of put your mind at rest and show you that carbs are not as bad as everybody's making them out to be and how they are necessary for a well-rounded diet. So, number one, carbohydrates don't make us fat because when we cut out carbs and say like a keto diet, the reason why the keto diet is so popular is because we lose weight fast. Well, here's the reason why we lose weight really fast. It's because when we have carbs, we have what's called glycogen stores in our body, and those carbohydrates fill those glycogen stores up. It's basically just readily available energy to use on a moment's notice. So when we cut out carbs completely, those glycogen stores deplete. So another way of thinking of it is water weight. So we lose a lot of water weight. So then at the week one, we lose like 10 pounds. Which is great, but it's not all fat. A lot of it's those glycogen stores and water weight. So that's why when you look on the internet, you see all these people talking about how they lost so much weight super fast using a no-carb diet. So therefore, carbohydrates must be making us fat, which is not true in that scenario. Number two is that fitness can make you money. And why this is relevant to this topic is because that people can go find those articles that we were just talking about, these studies that go, okay, are carbohydrates making us fat? So let's do a study where we get people, we take out their carbohydrates completely and see what happens. Then in the study it shows that, hey look, this person lost a lot of weight. Carbohydrates are making us fat. I'm not saying that that's exactly what the study is showing, but people reading it think that. They read the synopsis, the person reads the synopsis and say they're an author, and they read the synopsis and they go, oh, this is great. So according to this study, people lose weight because they take carbohydrates out, but they don't tell you the whole story. They write this whole book, they write a whole diet on taking carbs out of your diet, and then they sell it to you and they can make money. So of course they're gonna hype up this scenario where carbohydrates make you fat because they can sell more diets that way. They can sell more programs, whatever it may be. So that's number two, fitness is lucrative, can make you money. And then number three is usually most foods that contain carbohydrates have a higher calorie count. So if we go into a diet that's low of carbohydrates, we automatically take a lot of those calories out with the carbohydrates, and then we lose weight that way. So it's a combination of losing the water weight plus taking out the calories. So then therefore, if we're exercising like we should be, then we're going to start expending more calories than we're taking in. We're going to start losing weight. So those are three reasons why carbohydrates do not make us fat. Because there have been studies that have shown that when obese individuals come in to a study and they all lose 30% body fat, and then they're split into three groups. They gave one group a high protein diet, they gave another group a high fat diet, and then they gave another group a higher carbohydrate diet, but all very regulated and specific. And every single one of those groups was able to keep the weight off. So if carbohydrates were making us fat, then the third group with the higher carbohydrate diet would have gained that weight back. But they stayed where they were at. They were able to keep that 30% off. So the most important thing that you can do is to take a look at your diet specifically and figure out what parts are making us gain weight, what parts are making us not be able to lose the weight, and we need to get active. So what we need to do, instead of demonizing carbohydrates and hoping that that's going to help us get thin and lose the weight finally, is that we need to start taking a look at our diet specifically and figure out where the kinks are, work those out, and then move on from there. So because carbohydrates are an essential part of your diet, and if we have, just like anything, if you have too much of an excess of a good thing, then we're gonna start seeing it turns into a bad thing. So with that being said, let's not just kick carbohydrates out for good, and let's figure out what's really causing the weight gain and retention. So if you have any questions, let me know. Devin with Pure Movement Fitness, and I will see you guys next time.
But now that is all changed.